Alright, so the first step in master keying any lock is to remove the lock from the door. And there we have our lock. Now that we have our lock out of the door, we take our key that goes to this lock, and we need to map out which pins this key uses. So there's different ways of doing this. I just use this basic little tool. It comes with my rekeying kit, and start at the very tip, measure out the first pin, which is a 5. And as you can see here, I already have my master key code written down. And so come back to the next pin, 3, next pin, another 5. Fourth pin is going to be a 1. And our last pin is going to be a 2. Okay, so now the next step is we need to subtract the lower number from the higher number in each set here. So, for instance, 3 from 5 gives us 2. This one, 0. So, when you get that, when they're both the same, your pen is going to be a 3 no matter what. And we got a 1, a 2, and another 1. Okay, so now we take the smaller number from each set and bring it down. So for here, it would be a 3. For here, it's going to be a 3 because, well, it's only going to use one pen there. For here, it's a 4. For here, it is a 1. And for here, it is a 2. Okay, so now this is going to be our regular pens, and this is going to be our master pens for each cylinder. So the next step is we got to take the lock apart. This is the kind with a pin holding a cylinder on. Some have a little clip like one of these holding it in place. So for these, there's a little pin right there you have to push down out of the way, and then you can simply unscrew the nut holding everything in place. I'm going to take that and pin out of the way. Let's go ahead and remove that pin so we don't lose it. And this spring that holds that pin in. And get those out of the way. Now, take the key in the lock, turn it a little ways so it opens. Take your cylinder removal tool, put it in this end, and make sure you keep it tight, push it all the way through. There you go. Now we can take these pins out. Sometimes they don't always want to come out. There we go. And so we can get rid of these pins. Throw them over here in the old pin bucket. I guess I could have saved the number 3. So now we need to take this list here. We need to pull out our regular pens. And we're starting, I always start at the tip of the key and work my way back to the shoulder. So every time I have my codes written out, they start with the tip of the key and move back to the shoulder. So let's start. We need a number 3. Another number 3. And we need a number 4. And then we need a number 1. Number 1. Now my next one is a number 2, and I'm currently out of number 2 pens, at least new ones anyway. So what I will do is throw a number 1 pen down here for comparison. And I will dig through my extra pens until I find a number 2, which, see, I should have just held on to these because I just took a number 2 out. And yes, that is a number 2. So we drop that one into the last slot. Next, we're going to add our master pens. And our master pens are a number 2 master pen. Next one is, both keys use the same pen, so we don't need a master pen for that one. Next one, we need a number 1. But you got to be careful when you use these number 1s, because on some locks, they will just slide out of place as soon as you try and use it and get wedged between the cylinder and the cylinder wall, and you'll never be able to open the lock again. So number 1, and then another number 2 master pen, and one last number 1 master pen. Oops. They're very, very thin. Hard to hold on to. And then we have all of our pens in, our regular pens and our master pens. So I'm going to take this and slide it right back in to the lock. Turn it till it snaps into place. Now we will put the little spring back in. And our pin for locking the nut in place. And then drop that pin and tighten the nut up. And now we should be able to take a regular house key and open this lock like that. And we should be able to take our master key and also open the lock. Voila! Now we have a master keyed lock. So the tenant gets this key. If they lose their key, get locked out, we lose our office copy, whatever happens, we need to get in, we don't have this key. I always have this key on me, and I can open any lock that I've already master keyed. Screws. And then we'll grab both of our keys, make sure they both work still. Regular house key, no problem. Master key. Yeah, like I said, those number 1 pens can be a pain in the ass sometimes.